so now it essentially comes down to that big battle. Digvijaya Singh versus Shashi Tharoor. Sanjay Jha, who are you batting for? Is Digvijaya Singh the Congress's worst nightmare, or is he just the kind of Machiavelli a desperate Congress needs at this moment?
Well, Rahul, in all honesty, I know both of them personally well. I have worked with them. In fact, Digvijaya Singh and I started the social media department, as we used to call it. It was just a ragtag group in 2013 together. But you know, I think there could be a third candidate. So please do not rule out yet a consensus candidate emerging. I still believe that you haven't seen the end of it all. There is going to be speculation that Digvijaya Singh is being backed by the, pro-Gandhi or the establishment, etc. But I think that matter is still up in the air. As a candidate, definitely Shashi Tharoor brings in excellent credentials to be the Congress president. Digvijaya Singh, as you rightly mentioned in the introduction, is a veteran. He knows how to work the engines in the political ecosystem. Yes, it's also true that he has been accused of very often making a few rather outrageous observations. But who doesn't make mistakes in politics? But I do believe that the Congress is probably going to work on a model where the leader has to be acceptable across the board. And you have to have a leader who looks into the future. So, I think this is still pretty much up in the air.
But let's look at brass tacks. Shashi Tharoor is not the kind of person who will be able to work the phones across the country. He doesn't have that kind of penetration in the Congress machinery. Even the Kerala Congress had many people speaking out against him. I mean, many people watching India Today TV might like somebody like Shashi Tharoor to be president, but he's not really an organizational man, Sanjay.
Rahul, the truth is that the Congress people need to know, and especially the delegates who want to vote, that you need a Congress president who can make you win elections, who can draw crowds, who can influence opinion, who engages very actively with the media, and who at the end of the day is aggressive and ambitious. So I think for me, these would be the criteria. Somebody willing to burn the midnight oil, but not allowing a single day to be wasted. You got to make every day count in politics. And I do agree with you that, everybody has their strength and shortcomings, but please do not rule out Shashi just because he's an intellectual and author, English-speaking, articulate, Oxford's, a savvy, urban elite kind of a person. I've seen Shashi in many a forum. I've been with him on them, where he's able to charm people across the board. So I think it all depends.
You met Shashi today? What did he say? Do you think he can work the lines, do what Digvijay can? Shashi versus Digvijay, who's going to be the better president?
If the Congress were to become an all-new party, Shashi Tharoor would have a chance. But the Congress, is like it or not, the more things change, the more they remain the same. And it was interesting. I was at both the houses today. At Shashi Tharoor's house, lots of the All India Professional Congress, lawyers, a couple of doctors, young people around Shashi Tharoor, 8, 10,
None of them are in the electoral college, I assume.
Yeah, none of them are delegates, unfortunately, but all of them are Congress supporters.
Yeah, but they're not voting. They're not voting.
Like the idea to have Shashi Tharoor as this, as a new face, as someone who's a disruptor. At Digvijaya Singh's house, all the old Congress guard was coming. Narayan Swamy, former Puducherry Chief Minister, rushing towards him, hugging Digvijaya Singh. Sir, I'm seeing you after so many days. I'm so happy. So you can see, there is an old guard of the Congress who's comfortable with the Digvijaya Singh because he knows, as you rightly said, how to work the system. And there's the new Congress, those who are aligning themselves to the Congress, who like the idea that Shashi Tharoor, bright, foreign educated, someone who speaks a language which the middle class perhaps can connect with. They like to be.
But the majority of the voters don't need.
That's right. So I think that's what I said. Given the nature of the delegates controlled by state bodies, if it's only Digvijaya Singh versus Shashi Tharoor, and I don't rule out the possibility of a wild card coming up tomorrow, if it's just between the two of them, it'll be advantage Digvijaya Singh.
Sudhindra Kulkarni, you're listening in to all these confabulations playing out in the Congress. Digvijaya Singh versus Shashi Tharoor. Who do you think is likely to steer the Congress into the future in a manner in which the party will finally be able to give the BJP at least a meaningful fight?
It is the electoral college of the Congress party to decide who will be the next president. But a very interesting transformation is taking place in the Congress party, which on the whole is democratic, and it should be welcomed. Welcome for two reasons. One, Congress is the only other national pole in Indian politics, and if this second pole is not strengthened, if it doesn't revitalize itself, then India is in danger of descending into a one-party authoritarian rule, which is not good for India, it's not good for India's democracy. The second reason why it should be welcomed is that for the first time after a quarter century, the Congress has decided to have a president outside the Nehru family. And this decision is taken by none other than Rahul Gandhi himself. Almost every Congress leader was pleading Rahul to be president again, but he declined, which means that now the Congress is going in the direction of democratization, and any process of democratization brings with it a certain degree of convulsion, confusion, chaos. Some of it was avoidable, but nevertheless, the Congress party is mature enough to overcome this current convulsion, and I'm sure that irrespective of who becomes the president, on the whole, democratization of Congress has begun and it should be welcomed.